Hey there, Internet Explorers! Today, I have a story so wild that it makes you wonder if reality itself is just a giant game of Monopoly. Buckle up, because we're diving into the time in 2006, when a man tried to auction off an entire country on eBay. That's right, someone actually tried to sell New Zealand. Picture this, it's 2006. You're scrolling through eBay looking for a bargain, maybe a new toaster, a vintage comic book, or even some rare collectible. But wait, what's this? An entire country up for grabs? The starting bid was a measly 1 cent. Yes, you heard that right, 1 penny. Just think, for less than the price of a gumball, you could have owned New Zealand. Move over, Lord of the Rings, because the real adventure was happening online. The auction quickly gained traction, and bids started rolling in. It went from 1 cent to $10 to $100, and before you knew it, it hit $3,000. That's like finding out your Beanie Baby collection is actually worth something. Now let's take a step back and think about this for a moment. What was going through the mind of the guy who started this auction? Did he wake up one morning and think, you know what, I could use some extra cash? Maybe, I'll sell New Zealand. It's either the best prank ever or the most misguided get-rich-quick scheme. I did some digging and guess what? This wasn't just any random person. The man behind this infamous eBay auction was an Australian named Simon. And no, he wasn't some evil genius or mastermind. He was just an average guy with a pretty epic sense of humor. Imagine Simon, sitting in his living room, watching TV. Suddenly, he gets this crazy idea. He grabs his laptop and starts typing up the auction details. For sale, one country, slightly used, comes with stunning landscapes and friendly locals. Can you imagine the reactions of people stumbling upon this listing? Someone sipping their morning coffee, scrolling through eBay, and they see New Zealand for sale. They probably did a double take, spit out their coffee and said, "Honey, you won't believe this." Now let's talk about the eBay rules. eBay has strict policies against selling certain items. And by items, I mean things like body parts, fireworks, and apparently, entire countries. This wasn't Simon's first brush with eBay's rulebook. He'd previously tried to sell Australian wildlife, and even the Sydney Harbour Bridge. But just as dreams of Kiwi ownership were taking flight, the fun police, aka eBay, swooped in and shut it down. Apparently, you can't just sell a country on the internet. Who knew? They cited their policy against the sale of non-tangible items. Talk about a buzzkill! eBay shut down the auction faster than you can say Kia ora. They took it down, citing that you can't sell a country because, well, it's not a tangible item. Makes sense, but where's the fun in that? Let's take a closer look at New Zealand. It's not just some random country. This is the land of stunning fjords, active volcanoes, and of course the setting for Middle-earth. Imagine owning all of that! Would you build your own hobbit hole? Speaking of Middle-earth, do you think Peter Jackson, the director of the Lord of the Rings movies, saw the auction and thought, hey, I could buy this and make all my movies here forever? Just think of the possibilities. But what about the people of New Zealand? Did they know their country was up for sale? Imagine waking up to find out that you're potentially being sold on eBay. I'm sure the Kiwis had a good laugh about it. They're known for their great sense of humor, after all. I wish we could have interviewed some New Zealanders at the time. I can picture them now. Hey, did you see we're up for sale on eBay? I wonder if they'll throw in some sheep as a bonus. So who were the bidders? Were they serious buyers or just people looking for a good laugh? It's fascinating to think that some folks actually bid thousands of dollars. Did they really think they could own a country for $3,000? That's less than the cost of a used car. Let's break down the economics of owning a country. If you bought New Zealand for $3,000, what would you do next? Charge tourists for selfies with sheep? Create your own currency? The possibilities are endless! If I owned New Zealand, I'd definitely have a giant barbecue with all the locals. Free lamb chops for everyone! And we'd play rugby, of course. Because what's New Zealand without rugby? But jokes aside, this little stunt got people talking. It made headlines around the world and became an instant internet legend. People couldn't believe someone had the audacity and the creativity to even attempt such a thing. It's like the ultimate prank that could have gone down in history. In the end, no one got to own New Zealand for $3,000. But the story itself is priceless. It's a reminder that sometimes the internet can be a wild, wild place where anything seems possible. So the next time you're browsing eBay, keep an eye out. You never know when someone might try to auction off the moon, a star, or even your neighbor's cat. Thanks for joining me on this crazy journey through one of the internet's funniest moments. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to go on your next fun fact-finding adventure. And here's a question for you. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen for sale online? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring the bizarre world of the web.